DC Collectors, welcome to a brand new episode of the show. Today we're taking a look at the Funko DC Primal Age Green Lantern action figure. Now if you aren't familiar with this line of action figures, this came out a few years ago from Funko with the idea of, hey, let's combine Masters of the Universe with DC Comics and see what comes out. So the creators of these toys were inspired by Masters of the Universe. Obviously, they played with them as kids. They loved that 5-inch form factor action figure, and they decided, hey, let's just bring DC Comics into this world and just see what comes out. And I, of course, was very, very excited when this line was first announced. Although this is one of those things I didn't open, obviously, as you can see here, still in the package. I just left these on the shelf because when the reviews first started coming in, there were lots of issues with legs popping off, things of that nature. So we're going to find out today if that is the case. I know they tried to fix that with later versions of these, but this line only lasted 2 waves. But they did come out with quite a few figures, a couple of battle beasts, and even a playset. So that was pretty cool. So let's start by looking at the package for these guys. This is Green Lantern. Of course, you see the DC Primal Age logo here, DC logo on the bottom, Funko logo there, and you get a nice look at the action figure. This very much screams Masters of the Universe. Back of the package here shows you all the figures that you can get in this first wave. I do believe there was like a San Diego Comic-Con or New York Comic-Con Mr. Freeze. I think there was like maybe a clear or translucent version of Mr. Freeze. Don't quote me on that. But you can see Batman, Aquaman, Scarecrow, Wonder Woman, the Joker, King Shark, Mr. Freeze. An odd choice of characters. No Superman. He did come in the second wave, but still pretty cool. You can see the UPC right there. So with that out of the way, let's break this guy open and let's play with him. Okay, so as you can see, he was pretty easy to get out of the package. I mean, it is a blister card, so not much there, but let's start off by taking a look at the accessories. First up, he comes with this cool shield, the Green Lantern logo there. It just pops onto the wrist like that. This is actually a pretty cool shield, very reminiscent of He-Man shield from Masters of the Universe. Even same size, I do believe. I think it was about this big. Just really cool, and it's got that translucent green, so it looks like it's, created from his ring. Next up is a cool Mace, kind of another throwback to like Man-at-Arms, and he does have this Man-at-Arms vibe. You can see with the shoulder thing here, the leg thing here, like Man-at-Arms. I think they were really shooting for that particular look for Green Lantern. And of course he comes with this axe, and of course you can see the Green Lantern logos here on each blade. That is pretty cool, and I do love translucent green. I'm a sucker for translucent toys. I guess it's because I'm a child of the 80s, and there was a lot of translucent figures and I loved all of them. So next up he comes with this Green Lantern, I don't know, it looks like some sort of vial of something on a chain necklace. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. I'm sure there's probably some story. Actually, I do think there was a comic that was released, like a one-shot for this particular line as well. I passed on it because it was like $7.99 or something, or $8.99 or $9.99 at the store. But it was found with all of the figures. This goes right on top of his head. Very, very easy. All right, so now let's take a look up close at this figure. This is a pretty cool Green Lantern Hal Jordan sculpt. I like the fact that you can see the mask is sort of stitched together here and here to give it that worn look, like he's been in this worn universe. I do think they missed an opportunity to put the Green Lantern logo here. I know, I get that this is sort of where they wanted this to go, to sort of be the logo, but it just looks like a missed opportunity to me. This is very reminiscent of the He-Man underwear, so that is cool. Even the boots that have the fur around the top, those are really reminiscent of Green Lantern. You can even have his Green Lantern ring there. I don't know what that is, like a assortment number or something, I don't know, on the back. But to me, pretty well painted. I don't see many issues with this. Around the boots, there's white and black, and it sort of rubs off on the top. You can see where they sort of screwed up a little bit on that. But I'm not complaining too much. This is actually, these cost $9.99 brand new, and these are toys made for kids to play with. I wish they were way more successful than they were. For some reason, it just didn't take off. I don't know why, but I love these figures. Let's kind of compare him to, bring out Beastman. This is my childhood Beastman, and Beastman is a 5-inch action figure. You can see these figures are 5.5, so they are a little bit taller than a Masters of the Universe figure, and they stand better than my Masters of the Universe figures. Why does this thing not want to stand good? I even put new rubber, that little piece that holds the leg together. I put a new one in not too long ago, but he just does not want to stand there. Okay, you got to bend him over just right to get him to stand, and you can see the size comparison of the two. So they don't meld together really well if you're playing, but if you're a kid, you probably don't even notice it. So let's take a look at the articulation on this guy. His head can turn how can your head turn all the way around? Oh, it's a tight one, but we're gonna get it. Yes, it can turn all the way around, but it's pretty tight because you can see the way his chin sort of drops down a little bit, which keeps it bumping up against everything as it goes around. The arms, just have one turn. Now, here's where I'm scared. I don't want to go too far out with these, but you get some decent sort of movement to the side, back a little bit, forward a little bit. I'm kind of scared because I've seen, these things break. There's not much movement. Okay, there's not much movement with these legs, but there's enough, I think, to give kids, pretty good playtime. Let's try to put this mace in his hand. Now, these hands are really tight. Man, geez. This is not the best, most pliable plastic in the world, so getting the mace in his hand is proven to be difficult. But we're gonna do it, yes. So I do have the mace there. We can put this, because it snaps into place, on his arm. And it's pretty cool, pretty cool fighting figure. You got the shield there, mace in one hand. I may prefer the axe, but that's pretty hard to get in his hand. Again, now he wants to fall forward with his arms up and the shield on and all that. Let's see if we can fix him where he just wants to stay back. Okay, so if you do like that, of course he's going to stand up straight. Oh well, I have, pretty much the whole set of these, so one day we will get to all of them. But right now, this is the first one I opened. I was looking for something a little different to review today, and this just caught my eye. Green Lantern, is one of my favorite DC Comics characters, so he was literally the front of this line of action figures that I had. So I said, okay, let's pull him out and let's review him. Overall, $9.99. I don't think you can beat this. I mean, look at the Spin Master figures that you're getting for, 4-inch Spin Master figures, which are almost $9.99. And this is $9.99, a lot bigger figure. I think, I wish this would have lasted longer than what it did, but I like the concept. I like the looks of the figures. I wish we'd have got more, but again, $9.99. If it's still around, you see it for $9.99, pick it up if you're a Green Lantern fan. I think you'll like it. Okay, so that's it for this episode. If you like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I sure would appreciate it. You can find me at DCCollectors.com each and every day. You can hit me up on social media at DCCollectors on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Just talk to me. I love talking toys. I love talking DC Comics toys. So if you feel the need to ask a question or just want to chit-chat about toys, hit me up on social media. All right, folks. God bless.